Kiểu kìa. Assim nesse lugar.
I came in nothing but them raps, the clothes on my back, them L dogs, nothing but them blacks. The A with a black man is debonair. I'm talking about a black man's heaven here. Shorty, we going where the destination is manifested. We learn how to collect reparations and invest it. I went from dress.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're off and running from Tokyo. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Running with Walker again. Jukes out a one-stop. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. They get 8 yards and now only inches to go on 3rd down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped, not by the first defender, heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Throwing now off play action. Complete beyond the marker. Juke the defender. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that gives them the first. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Track at 60. Let's go now.
Throwing now on 1st down. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. Scooped up by the defense. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, that right there is exactly how you kill some momentum. An early setback, no doubt, but the first time out, fumbling it away in enemy territory, that's tough.
And such a bummer, right? Because the journey was going well. You script for success, you get that ball moving, and then you're right, you just lose all sorts of momentum. Got to recapture it the next time out.
Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Middle.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that'll be a first down.
No, it's not a running back, but it's a receiver carrying across the marker, Kate. I'm not even calling this a trick play anymore. It's about maximizing your resources and your asset, and this receiver shows you he can be a tool as a running back.
First down, a run with Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 47. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. 16 yards on the play. And it'll give him a first down.
Ready. Get ahead.
He's got a man left. Bouncing football. Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense. Big gain, 14 on the play. And they're going to have a first down. Well, nearly the end of that series, partner. You could almost see those players rooting for the ball to bounce across that sideline before a defender made the recovery.
Yeah, sometimes that sideline's a player's worst enemy, but sometimes it could be their best friend, and this is one of those times where that best friend delivered.
And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Throwing from the pistol, Stafford. This throw is caught. Touchdown! Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Caps will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A give up the gut to Walker. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll give him a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Back now, pressure on its way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Trying again following the sack. It's caught Metcalf. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Now looking to throw. Gets this to Fant. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Go!
And you're going for this. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Throwing it again here. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Another look for him, Brock. And hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. But my hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
To the air, third and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Caps get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. An 8-yard pickup, and now it's second and goal.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone. Mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
Barkley. And somehow he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before going down. Couldn't pick up anything. And now he brings up third and goal from the 2. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More coming up after this quick break. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its drive. They need the right call here. It'll be third and goal. They're going to try to run it in. Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a fourth down.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. They'll run for it with Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
79 Bronco. Here we go. Shot.
Throwing from near his own goal line. Complete. It's McLaurin. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
This is Walker on second. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6. They're throwing it. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. First and 10, looking to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Pass play on first and 10. He's on the move. Toward the sideline, and he's got Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Let's go now. 69 yard line.
Looking for a throw here. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Come on, set.
Running back sent in motion.
Set, go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Pass caught, 9-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Set. Big alert, big alert. Nineteen Tiger. Go, Reed, go. Hut, hut.
1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Okay, break.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal.
Go.
Walker will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
Set. Alert.
Complete on the option. And in for the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Has a man. It's Brown. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Ready.
Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. And it's the Caps looking at 1st and 10. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Alert! Wait, hot!
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
First and 10 from the 41.
Ready!
Stafford from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Set!
Running back, motioning right.
Looking hot!
And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Set! Wait, hot!
To throw, Stafford. He's on the move. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Shotgun snap to Stafford. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Caps get some late points and the lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Caps break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
70 range! 70 range! Here we go! Here we go! Ready?
Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Fits it through the middle. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Mustang 19! Warrior 70! 60 Maverick! 60 Maverick! Riggs! Riggs! Ready, ready?
To throw here on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Another try following the sack. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taken a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. He has it at the 22. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they'll only have time for 1 play before halftime. Here comes the final play of our first half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you've got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go to Barkley again. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll give him a first down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Ready.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Ready. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Sending a receiver left. 2nd and 8. On target to his man Higgins. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Alert!
Barkley gets it on third down. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here.
Monday.
Looking to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Ready? 18, Pioneer. Street. Cup 19.
Airing it out to start this drive. He finds fans. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Wizards start the second half with some needed points. Myers gets the point after to go. And the Wizards tie things up at 14. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Complete out to the right. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
A quick throw completed out to the left. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And they'll have 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to throw, here's Stafford. Escapes out to the left.
You know, that's a situation may have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
Third and just 2 to go.
Ready.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that brings up 4th and short. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the 1st snap through this 2nd half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. And that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
He connects downfield on 4. And that is a touchdown. Caps take a third quarter lead. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Caps break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Go.
Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Check go.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. On the move, headed right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those many moments where I'm really thankful I'm in the booth and not on the field. Because in my day, defensive tackles couldn't run like that. This is not a statuesque QB. This guy can run. And it wasn't the linebacker or DB that chased him down. It was a big old D tackle. Tip of the cap to you, my big man. You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
On the double.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th.
Come on. Set. Hut, hut.
The ball's out, he lost it. And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first. Now an inside give to Walker. Escapes a defender. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
When you call that 1st down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Set. Buffalo 18. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Back to throw. It's caught Metcalf. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They get 13 on the pickup, and that gives them the first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Okay, ready.
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Cougar 19. Ready.
Walker now from the gun. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Brought down by Jalen Carter. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
Go.
Takes off right out of the read option. And they're able to haul him down, and that's going to wrap up this 3rd quarter. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's still just a 1-score game as we resume play in the 4th.
Got it. Ready.
All set up now for 1st and 10.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Set. Hut.
From the red zone now. He has the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Bronk, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
That one right down the middle. And the Wizards tie this game at 21. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set.
Stafford back to throw. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain. And boy, does he know how to operate in it.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They motion the slot man right. Here's 2nd and 11. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find A.J. Brown. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Putting a receiver in motion. Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Barkley trying this up the gut. Jukes his way into the clear. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be a first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung them to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Set. Hey, 22. Monday.
Working inside the red zone. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Ready.
Straight ahead. Here's Barkley. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Dives for the pylon, and that's a touchdown. The Caps take a 4th quarter lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Caps break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
60 Bobcats. Here we go.
It's Walker on the give. Jukes one defender, and he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
They kick the running back in motion. Throwing now on first down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Second and 10 now. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. Walker on first down. And this is run down into the red zone at the 19. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage. Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Warriors 70, 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 79 Broncos. Say, hey. 18 Pioneer. Hut, hut.
He'll throw it. Pass it down close. And this is down all the way to the 3. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Come 19, come 19.
Goal to go, they're passing. A crucial mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. And the Caps will take over as he records his first interception of our season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Tokyo. Caps leading by 7. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Back to throw. That's caught for the first. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final.